Welcome to Dartmouth. We're in a fantastic town, most beautiful day, and we're here to show you this fantastic Aquastar 48. A big displacement boat, a brilliant internal space, brilliant external space in beautiful condition, a beautifully built boat. So stay tuned for the full walkthrough tour right now, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Hi there, I'm Jonathan from Parker Adams, and we're here in this beautiful town, Dartmouth, to show you this fantastic Aquastar 48. Now, it's a beautiful looking boat, a very classic looking boat, a lot of yacht vibes with this boat as well. But look at its fantastic location. Now, one of the selling points of this boat is actually you can take over this berth if you buy this boat till at least April next year. It's a fantastic opportunity to not get hold of a fantastic boat, but get hold of it in a fantastic location. So really look closely at this boat. If it's something you want and this is somewhere you want it to be, then what a fantastic buy this could be for you. Now I want to show you the front decks, because as you can see I'm just walking around on these front decks. They're all laid to teak, but what fantastic socialising area this is. I mean, we're in the sun now. I'd love to get some lounges out on here. You can have some chairs out here and you can just socialise in this beautiful sunshine. There's lots of storage up here as well. Actually, in the anchor locker there's storage. We got most of the fenders down there. We've just taken this boat out and did a drone video, and you can see some of the shots here. It's a fantastic boat going along. Semi-displacement, it will go through any choppy sea, but this still will push. The Volvo Penta D9575s will push this boat to about 25, 26 knots. But it's at its happiest around 20, cruising through any sort of seas. And with an over 2,000 litre fuel tank, you can do long passages as well. And it's a fantastic ride, and also has stabilisers to actually iron out those lumps and bumps out in the sea. So a fantastic ride. A good anchor position as well. There's foot controls for the anchor, and there is room for a second anchor as well if you need it. But as you walk round, it's got fantastic side decks, really sturdy handles everywhere. So even if you're out at sea, there's always something to hold on to. I like the stainless frames. It's looking a bit salty at the moment because, like I said, we've just taken it out and it was a bit lumpy out there. But we opened her up and it was great fun. We did it from the Flybridge, but you can see, look at this access. For a big boat as well, your side access is actually a big plus. It has stern access as well. But look at this, how easy is that? Most boats like this, you kind of need a step or a platform to get onto the side, but this you don't. And even if it was a lower pontoon, look, there's even got a little step there if you wanted to step up. So it's really designed for actual easy access. A really easy boat to get around, easy to get at fenders, easy to get at lines. So even though it's a big boat, it's an easy boat to handle. And I've just driven this for the first time and moored it up. And with the bow and stern thruster as well, it was a breeze, it really was. And I like the way this then raises up into the second outside socialising area, which is this fantastic cockpit area. And for a 2008 boat, it's very unusual to see this kind of design where you've got the overhang here with windows in it as well. And this really feels much more modern than the boat actually is. This feels like a boat that you would get now with this sort of design. It's beautiful with lights in it as well. And of course these can slide open as well. So there's sliding windows, so you can open them up for aeration. You've got this fantastic table with seating around. But also you get access to the rear deck as well. And on this side you have access straight onto a passerelle. So the passerelle you can use, of course, for getting to shore. So if you have got a high level you need to get onto, you're against the wall, you can spin this around, then you can get on and off. You can get on and off the back, of course. But also this is brilliant for putting tenders. It also acts as a lift for lifting tenders up and onto the bathing platform. There are, you can see there's positions here to be able to put blocks to put a tender onto as well. So it is set up for lifting a tender onto the back as well. And as you come down, I mean, I can walk down from here because this is non-slip and I can just step down, and it's a nice size bathing platform as well. There's a bit of storage under here and a bathing ladder as well. So again, you've got this really good access all the way around. Fender baskets always useful, especially just for quickness, and there's cleats on the back as well, so you can moor up here, but we can control the passerelle from the controls just here, so it is a hydraulic one. I like the big cleats. It's all got a very chunky feel. It's built very, very well, this boat. It's built extremely well. Where's that go? Let's go back in. Same walk round on the other side. But as we come around, that's not the only other socialising area. We can go up to the Flybridge now, and now we've got another socialising area. So not only have we got the upper helm position, we've got a large screen here as well. And again, this is something that's quite unusual for a 2008 boat. Screens are normally smaller than this, but this has been the top end navigation suite you could possibly buy at that time for this type of boat. And it's got twin larger screens in this down below as well as up here, as well as it's got, you can control all the chart plotter from this remote control unit. And VHF, of course, as well. Bow and stern thruster controls, as well as you can operate the gyro stabilizer system from here. So where's my gyro stabilizer system? And it just is there to just iron out the bumps, and it works really well. It's a really good system. And of course, it's something that a lot of people spec on new boats now. It's rare that boats like this are spec'd without stabilizers. So it's a really good addition. It really, again, it gives the boat a very modern feel. This table can be slightly shortened, so you can have a sit round on this U-shaped seating, and brilliantly there's a fridge up here as well, so you don't have to go all the way downstairs to get your drinks. You can keep them up here. Open array radar, and there's even a wind instrument as well on top.
I quickly add our drone's not included in the sale.
The drone is not included in the sale, but it was very useful earlier. So Andrew flew the drone. I did a little video of him catching it, which I don't know if you knew about. So I'll put that out there on our Facebook channel, so you should be able to see that pretty soon as well. But why don't we pop down and we'll make our way inside. Now, on a hot day like this, it would be very useful to be able to keep the downstairs area cool. So when you're up here sweating, you can actually come down and you can go, ooh, that'll be nice and cool down here, down these fantastically curved high gloss varnish steps. You get this in a luxury house, you know, let alone on a boat. And I love the attention to detail with the spindles. There's even a column on this side as well. It's just beautifully made, beautiful craftsmanship, which is something you just don't see in modern boats now. You just don't see it, and it just really complements the whole boat. As you come in, it just sets the scene on how beautiful this boat is. And this is fitted with air conditioning. There's 3 air conditioning units on this boat, so you've got one for filling this area down below and in the aft cabin as well, so you can make it nice and cool down there on a hot summer's day. It's just somewhere to get out of the heat, but you've got all this fantastically large seating area down here, and this really nice table. And this table can be extended as well.
I knew you were going to say that because I haven't worked out how to do it.
What, the table extension?
Do you know how to do it?
Yeah, there's a couple of catches.
I missed them earlier.
There's one there, because I did try to pull it out.
No, what?
And then you can pull it out.
See, that's your technical brain working that out.
That's it. And then you can flip these out. There's another one. It's very cleverly does something like that. And then that lifts, goes down. Yeah. And it even has that addition of the thingy-majiggies, the holes in there. You get the idea. That's it. Give it a good shove. And look at that. You're now a large dining table.
That's really cool.
Isn't that really cool? There's storage in here as well, but the whole thing you can also unscrew, so you can move it around. That's really good, because that then gives you really good access to under the floor. Now the D9 575s are under here. There's various access panels around, and the engines actually start about here. So the engines actually start here. So this hatch is, as soon as you lift this hatch up, you get access to the water strainer, so you can see straight away the water flow, which is really quick access. And then you can pull up various panels. Under this part is a large compartment. We've got all your electrical, like battery chargers, fuses, things like that, are all in under here. So all nicely hidden away, but easy access. I'm going to open I don't know what this is. So again, it's a large just storage area. So it's not short of storage, this boat. There are cupboard spaces and storage areas all the way around, as well as the lower helm position. Now the lower helm position has got these 2 larger screens. It also has the same control here, This has autopilot as well, don't forget. There's a bit more involved gyro control, as well as the helm position. You can actually move the steering wheel. And it's really, again, they've just complemented the woodwork by putting a wooden look steering wheel on here as well. Bow and stern thruster controls down here also. The Volvo Penta has also the digital displays, so you get all your engine data on here. And this is also fitted with a centralised system for doing all the electrics, and that's called a C-Plex. Yeah, the C-Plex system. So the C-Plex system, you can control from here, so you can turn everything that you want on and off just down here. It's a very easy system. It's very intuitive, and you can set it up as well. So if you press home, you can set it up for different systems. So off board, so if you press that, turns everything off apart from, say, the battery charger. So you can actually tell it what 240 things you want on and off as well. You go boating, it will turn the main electrics off, but it will put on the navigation systems, navigation light systems, things like that. Gets it all ready for going, so you don't have to go, well, what do I need on for going boating? Or I want to turn these off now, and now I just want to be sitting around the boat. So it's a good system to be able to do all those different things just out of a touch of a button. When you go to all the light controls, again, they work through. So these all touch as well. So they're all touch light controls. Again, very modern feeling. As you come down then into the galley area and the second dinette area. So this area here again is very large. This would be a brilliant boat to spend a lot of time on. You could quite easily spend a lot of time on this boat, whether it's a liveaboard or for extended trips or just for regular trips. This is the sort of boat you'd want to come down to as much as possible, just to take in where it is, but but it's a very easy boat to use. Second, the small dining table with U-shaped seating. This does drop down, this table, and you can make this into a third double bed if you wish. You can see it just sits onto these ledges here, and you can drop it down on the pedestal, the height wise. But again, it's a very nice area. Those two panels there are access to electronics, and you've got blinds in here as well as nice lighting, and even a nice painting.
I have to say, I'm going to chip in for a second. I really like the fact it doesn't have a third cabin, because a lot of boats of this size would have a third cabin here. And actually, not many people need a third cabin, but here, having the curtains and having this turning into a bed gives you that option on occasion, but instead you have this massive social space.
That is a good point.
It's really good, isn't it?
Because otherwise the third cabin just ends up at a dumping ground. It's not really useful for anything, so people don't really stay in the third cabin. It's rare you have people in the third cabin. So when you're not using the third cabin, it's just a room that doesn't get used, a bit like in your house. Yeah, there's always that one room that you don't use, isn't there?
Yeah, I spin around and say hello. Hello. We quite often go on boats, and when we go and do the video work and the photography work, they say, oh, don't go in the third cabin, there's loads of stuff in it. And so basically they just end up as being an extra locker space to stuff things in.
Well, it does make you keep tidy.
Exactly that.
But also it just gives you that other option. So when you jump out of bed in the morning and you don't want to sit up on show, you can just sit in your bedclothes still and just have a coffee, have some cereal, have some breakfast, and it's just a nice place that you can just come, and it's very private. Also good for kids, so you can get kids away down here if you want to do adult socialising up the top. So really is a very, what's the word, Andrew?
Versatile.
Versatile, it's a very versatile boat. The day heads are just through here. There is a radiator on the wall, which is cool.
It's funky, that.
Yeah, it's a funky radiator. And it's electric, so it's electric 240 volts, so it'll work on the mains, also off the generator. This has air conditioning as well, so the generator is quite a large one. We need to confirm the size of it, but it's running 3 air conditioning units, so it'll be probably about 9 to 11 kilowatts, something like that. It won't be any smaller than that. And then we've got this nice worktop, no, the aqua colour worktop, so look, a little pop of colour, which is quite smart. Storage behind these mirrors and underneath there, and it's an electric macerating toilet. So the macerating is built into there. It's an alternative to a manual flush, but it just makes life a bit easier on there. There is a doorway through to the front cabin. Now this is, I would call this the second cabin, so this isn't the main cabin. This has its own air conditioning control in here as well. There is a wardrobe just here, which is a hanging wardrobe just in there. It's probably hard for you to see on the camera. But again, we've got all the cabinetry around. Really nice headboard on here, actually, for this kind of type of bed. There's a nice sort of Alcantara, sort of suede style feeling headboard, and of course there is sleeping here as well. So
we're not sure how tall you are, though, Jonathan.
No, I need to measure myself.
What's the reference
Because I think
point?
I always say I'm 6 foot, but the last time I measured myself, I think was when I was 15. I might be taller. You never know. Or I've shrunk in my old age. But if I go this side, look, it's huge leg room. So it's probably got at least 7.5 feet, I think, in length on this side. So for a couple, very good, brilliant for kids as well. But it is a proper adult size double bed. But this isn't the only cabin. As we come through, and again, what I love about this is that if you've got guests, they're down here, aren't they? They're out the way, they're down here, or they can be up this other end, but this is sort of the special cabin end where if you own the boat, you probably want to be here yourself. And this is where you keep mainly your own. I mean, you come down these stairs though, first you're greeted with another sort of column here, which is beautiful. I don't know if it's just for decor or it's actually doing support. It probably is supporting the floor, but it's just beautiful how they've done it.
In case.
Yeah, lovely gloss steps with the holly and teak and holly on there. 2 wardrobes. I've not been in there yet. Let me just. Yeah, we're okay. We're okay. 2 hanging wardrobe spaces. And then just lovely amount of storage. So look, you've got 2 worktop, the 2 what surfaces?
Yeah, work surfaces.
2 work surfaces. I don't want to call them work surfaces.
They're not working,
we're in a cabin. We're not working. 2 surfaces in beautiful condition.
Put on the comments what we should call them.
Yeah, put on the comments what we need to call them. I'm sure someone will tell me what the actual word for these worktops are. But lots of storage and drawers mixed with cupboards. But lots of storage.
What I like as well is when you look at everything, you can see that a crafted tradesman has actually made all these. Someone that's they're woodworkers. Yeah. You know, they've actually built all these with care, with attention. Nowadays, it's all MDF wrapped wood, whereas this is actually it's a properly built, solid boat,
and it will last a lifetime because of it.
Well, if you look at the condition of the wood, the gloss on the wood is immaculate. That's never been touched. That is 2008, and it's just beautiful.
Yeah, it's 17 years old.
Yeah.
And it's in lovely condition. Even going to the trouble of just making something like this just here. There doesn't, in most boats there won't be anything there. Yeah. But going to the trouble to make another bit of storage here. Love the windows, and you do get access to different areas. So that's another cupboard. Under here there's access. The generator is under here, but it's a quiet generator. Okay, it's a very quiet one. You won't really be bothered by it. There's a fantastic TV on the wall here.
I had to question that to begin with.
Yes, it's kind of like a mirror, but it turns into a TV. And again, very ahead of its time, if not a later fitting. But it's I do like the effect. You can get them that show sort of pictures as well, can't you? So they're like, they look like artwork, but also like mirrors. I've actually got something like this in my bathroom. Believe it or not, but I love it. Really good. Again. Vanity surface, but also access here is to the back of the engines, but also to the battery switches for the port and starboard engine and the domestic. So there are access points that so you don't have to lift the floor straight. You know, there is a stereo here, so there's a couple of speakers down here, and there's a dock to put an old iPhone in. Nice. If you've got an old iPhone or an old iPod or something, then you can slot it in there, which is what I do on mine. I did notice at the ceiling as I'm down here looking up, it's a very well artistically designed ceiling there.
Just shows the attention to detail throughout the boat, really.
I love the side lamps as well. They're really stylish. There's a lot of style to this boat. Same sort of headboard as well. And again, I don't even need to line this bed, do I? It's a huge bed. So it's a big king size bed down here. Loads of room. But I will stand, because aft cabins on a lot of boats, they are restrictive with headroom, even at certain points around the aft cabin. This one just is not. Quite often the floor's raised in certain areas and you actually lose the headroom, but you don't. Even where Andrew's is as well, there's just full headroom all the way around, which actually is quite unusual if you start looking. Even some of the big Sunseekers and things like that we've done, there is different levels in the main, and that's the problem you get with mid full width cabins, because you've got the shape of the hull. Quite often when you go around the sides of the bed, the floor raises up. You'll probably notice that now, but because this is an aft cabin, you've got the full beam of the boat at the back, so it's wider because of the hull shape doesn't form as it goes further forward. So it's interesting. Aft cabin does seem to give you better headroom. Lots of storage again. I mean, it's just beautiful how they do it. But then we've got the main ensuite to the main cabin. This has obviously the toilet. This is fully electric, slightly different design. It's not got the same electric design. This works on buttons instead. And the same worktop, so the same splash of colour. But actually, I'm going to. So you can. I'm going to come in.
I'm getting worried now. I'm joining you in the shower.
Yeah. Gotcha. So you can see me in there because I'm now in the shower. Right. Yes. I'm in the shower, so I can have a full-size shower. No overspill, look, because you've got this ledge. But also, I kind of go. Ooh, I might have a little bath. So it's a half bath as well. So you can sit in here and you can have a little sit down and fill it up. Great for small children as well. So if you wanted to wash toddlers or babies, things like that. I'll go as far as say dogs, but you could do. Normally you'd use a transom shower for that. But it does have a little seat here for that. So it's a really fantastic little shower room. And again, fantastic head height as well. Again, there's storage in here, of course. Opening window, a nice blind that comes down in that one. You don't get it on this one, you get an obscure window instead, because you don't want it all getting wet when you use the shower. It's really nice.
I hadn't realised that. That's nice.
Yeah, and that just clips back like that. It's obviously full shower controls as well.
Probably a good time to say that the water tanks are over 600 litres, which is designed for filling baths.
Yes, yeah, good sized water tanks as well. And it does really lend the boat itself to sort of prolonged usage as well, without having to keep topping up things like water. You've got the air conditioning, you've got the fuel capacity. So this, as an all-round boat, it's a brilliant design, brilliantly equipped. I don't really know what else you would want on it, with the bow and stern thrusters, generator, air conditioning, this beautiful woodwork, obviously the televisions, the equipment. It really doesn't want for anything. And of course, and remember where it is as well. So I'll reiterate that this is available with this berth until April next year, and to be able to get a berth in Dartmouth is actually very restrictive. So the only real way you can get a good berth in Dartmouth is to buy a boat that's already on it, and this is one way to do it. So if any of you are out there and interested in a boat of this type and want to keep it in Dartmouth, this would be a brilliant option. But for now, I think what I'll do, I'll say goodbye. I think Andrew wants to say goodbye as well.
I do.
So I'll let you get your mug in there.
Yeah, no, it was really it's just lovely to go on it. It's got a lovely feel to it, real quality feeling boat. And it's been really nice to be down in Dartmouth, as always.
It is. So we're going to go enjoy Dartmouth for a couple of hours. I think we're going to go and have lunch in Dartmouth before we head back to Hamble. But for now, come and see this boat on parker-adams.co.uk. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel. But for now, I'll say goodbye from sunny Dartmouth. Goodbye.